credible, knowledgeable. Trust Zia Abbas.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Welcome viewers, I'm Zia Abbas. You're watching Buy Low and Sell High. Our first guest today is Mervyn Angelo. He's going to discuss with us about his own experience when he got or bought his first house. The second guest is Shehzad Siddiqui from Abraham's LLP. And the last guest would be Elliot Tope, President International Marketing. We are going to discuss with Elliot about a project called Ravine. And it's a great opportunity, great investment opportunity. Let's go to Mervyn. Stay with us.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Viewers, I'm sitting with Mervyn Angelo. I know Mervyn from the longest while, even before when Mervyn migrated to Canada, and then we met here. He was looking for a house and very desperately looking for a house, and I intentionally put them on hold for at least 4 months. Let's talk to Mervyn and find it out what was and how was his experience in the world of real estate here in Toronto. Hi Mervyn, how are you?
Hi Zia, I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome on board. Thank you very much. I know it's a working day today, but still you made it. As I mentioned to viewers that
Yes.
We know each other from quite a long time. And initially when you came to Canada and you migrated, you were so desperate to find a house. And back to those days, houses were not that expensive as it is right now. But since I was looking for the right house for yourself, for your family, it took us about 4 months to find the right house.
That's correct, yes.
And how was your experience, if you can share with audience?
Well, the house that we waited for, we were desperate to get a house, but as when I talked to you, you said, just wait, let me see if I can get the best. I'm going to get something good for you.
Yeah.
And eventually you did find one. And that house, over a period of time, and now it's almost 7 years now,
Yeah.
that I've been staying in that house. That property now has appreciated to an extent where it's amazing.
Really?
Right, from what we got it at
Yes.
the price over there, and presently now,
Yeah.
oh, it's a fantastic, rise in price.
So you're enjoying the house and the whole neighborhood?
Beautiful area, very nice neighborhood, and that area is also now developing more.
Yes.
There are more houses coming up. Prices have gone up in the neighborhood to an extent
Yes.
where almost, huge increase
Yeah.
in prices, yes.
And I know back then your daughters, they were in school, and then now they're all, they're done with their studies, and the youngest one is in university. So you are not into a game of that schooling anymore, right?
No, not at all, because my daughter's now, the eldest daughter's now, she's gone through university. My other daughter is almost done.
Yes.
Third daughter is in university. She's also almost halfway through. So they're all they're going to be out of it, and the schooling and everything has been completed.
So
yes.
one of the priorities back then you had was school rating, and that's why you bought that property within the parameters of the best schooling. And
That's
today,
right.
that priority is not there anymore, but that brought a lot of value in your property, right?
Exactly, it did. It brought a huge value in the house, yes,
Yes.
in the property.
So now you are definitely a well-experienced purchaser in a world of real estate, and your eyes is also quite well in a world of investment. You keep watching for investment properties. Living in a city of Toronto, what do you think? Where this real estate is going, and how you can foresee Toronto's real estate in future?
I've seen properties, especially downtown and in the condos that are coming up right now.
Yeah.
It's a very good investment, and it pays if one gets one now. Really, when you're buying it low,
Yeah.
there are great opportunities of selling it at a higher price. And not only that, some of my clients who I advised, who were looking for investments, I got them these properties, and some of them most of them have made a huge profit out of that. The prices did rise. Some of them even came back and said, we want to get back into this investment all over again.
Exactly.
And many of them have done that.
Yeah.
And I myself, I've been looking into properties right
Exactly.
now.
Yes.
And this is a huge very good investment right now,
Yeah.
and it pays.
You know, one thing I noticed with you, property in terms of return ROI, if it makes sense, you can proceed with it. But your eye is more thorough. Your numbers, you're a number guy. Like, you know, if your rental plus your deposit, end of the day is making sense, and you are in a positive cash flow, and your tenant is paying off your mortgage, that's the route you always go after, right?
Exactly.
And we did a lot of math in the past
that,
as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did, and that has been paying out very well, you see, because if you have property over there and you have rental, that's paying off almost, you know, half your mortgage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, would you suggest your audience to always go with a philosophy that, you know what, they pay their own mortgage and their tenant has to pay their mortgage? You think it's a wise idea to proceed with?
Well, it's a plus point over there. If it
Yeah.
happens, yes, well and good. Yeah, it is very good because you're getting this extra cash, and
Yeah.
that is a good idea.
One thing in your case, what I've seen is when head of the family go on a certain route, such as yourself, into a route of investment, you, like, you know, brought your kids in the same direction.
Yes.
And now I can see your eldest daughter, like, you know, going on the same pattern.
That is correct. I've got my eldest daughter, and we've been looking at properties right now. We've also identified some of them,
Yes.
and very soon, you know, she will be getting into one of the properties.
No, that's great. And how was your overall experience, like, you know, together with me, like, you know, since we are working from such a long time? So how you can share with the audience?
Well, as I said, I know Zia from a very long time, and I have a lot of confidence in him. He is very thorough. He knows what he's doing. And if he does look into something, he goes into it very thoroughly to see all the pros and cons. And only when he's, you know, sure that that is a good property to go into, he'll say, okay, now this is it, and go ahead and you can start investing, or you can go into that property. So Zia has been in the business for a long time. He knows the market very well. He knows what sort of an investor, he looks into that, what sort of an investor you are, and he will always look in to see that in the end, his clients get a good deal.
Oh, great, Marvin. Thank you very much. Like, you know, and indeed, like, you know, this is the guideline I follow all the time, regardless how I know my clients and
Correct.
from how long I know my clients. That's the route, and that's the part, like, you know, I always follow. But once again, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Zia, and it's been a pleasure being here today.
Thanks
Yes,
a lot.
Thank you.
Viewers, as you've seen, Marvin did discuss his own experience with all of you. It's a game of confidence. Real estate is a game of confidence. Once you start building confidence, then this game would look so easy to you. Working with me, one thing about myself, as I protect all of you being my client, on top of that, I know my product. Let's go on a quick break. Stay with us.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi, I'm Zia Abbas, introducing Grand River Woods 30, 35 and 40-foot detached homes with single and double car garage. Price starts from $369,900. Only $30,000 deposit in 6 months, completion in 2016. Approx 20 minutes from Milton and 25 minutes from Brampton. Right next to Conestoga College and Highway 401 in Cambridge. Close to the new home of Google Canada. Call me with the confidence to buy low and sell high.
Do you have credit card that is weighing you down? Does your home need renovation? Whatever the reason, there has never been a better time to take advantage of the equity in your home. With the rates at an all-time low, you can save thousands by lowering your interest rate and consolidating your high-interest credit card. Mortgage professionals at Team Salman can do this for you. Call us or visit us today at www.teamsalman.com. We deliver mortgages.
One name stands apart in the real estate world, Zia Abbas.
Hi, I'm Zia Abbas, proudly introducing UC Townhouses by Tribute Communities in the city of Oshawa. These 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom townhouses, starting price is only $385,900 and your deposit is only $25,000 in the first 5 months. Yes, you can assign this unit prior to closing and the completion is end 2017. For US investors, the cost is less 40%. Call me with the confidence to buy low and sell high.
For over 20 years, Baker Real Estate has been proud to represent the most successful new construction condominium developers in Toronto. When you buy through Baker, you know you've bought the best.
Abrahams LLP. We provide services in corporate law, civil litigation, and real estate.
We are lawyers to Toronto's entrepreneur.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
नाजरीन, मैं इस वक्त शहजाद सदीकी के साथ बैठा हूँ, लॉयर फॉर इब्राहम्स LLP। एक जो बहुत कॉमन क्वेश्चन मेरी तरफ आया है और बहुत से लोगों ने पूछा है, जो कि हमारी कम्युनिटी में बहुत ही कॉमन इशू है। हम अपने बच्चों को बचपन से लेकर अप टू द एंड, इवन आखिरी हद तक उन्हें सपोर्ट करते हैं और कनाडा जैसे कंट्री में आप देखें तो जब वो प्रॉपर्टी ख़रीदने जाते हैं, उनके पास शायद डिपॉजिट नहीं है तो पेरेंट्स उनको हेल्प करते हैं, या फिर दूसरे सिनेरियो में ये भी हो सकता है कि बच्चों की जॉब हो जाती है, पेरेंट्स जो है मॉर्गेज पे क्वालिफाई नहीं करते हैं, इसलिए वो प्रॉपर्टी अपने बच्चों के नाम पे लेते हैं। और बच्चे जब उस वक्त प्रॉपर्टी लेते हैं, शायद वो उस वक्त सिंगल हैं, उनकी शादियाँ नहीं हुई है, शादियाँ भी होती है और बेशुमार शादियाँ कामयाब भी होती है, लेकिन उसमें से कुछ ऐसी शादियाँ हैं, कुछ ऐसे कपल्स हैं जो कि शायद फर्दर आगे नहीं जा सकते और उनको डाइवोर्स सिचुएशन में जाना होता है। अब लॉ क्या कहता है उस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉपर्टी पे कि उसके ओनर्स कौन है, और फिर पेरेंट्स जो कि बैक हैंड पे है उनको किस तरह प्रोटेक्शन मिलेगी, ये आज हम शहजाद से पूछेंगे। अस्सलाम वालेकुम शहजाद, हाउ आर यू?
Salam, Zia, how are you?
आई एम फाइन, योरसेल्फ?
Very well.
Thank you very much, Shehzad.
Thank
It's
you.
a very complex issue within the community, right?
Right.
So how we can protect these parents? और पहली चीज़ तो ये कि law क्या कहता है, who are the owners on that property, और दूसरी चीज़ अगर parents को protect ही करना है तो उसके क्या तरीके हैं?
This is an unfortunate situation. We
Yes.
do see it from time to time. I think the very first advice I would give is for parents to write a gift letter.
Okay.
This is important also for CRA purposes.
Okay.
Because CRA can always come back and say, how did this son or how did this daughter get this whole sum of money? And if you have a gift letter, you can explain it.
Perfect.
It's also helpful for the parents once they give the gift to say, we've given out this sum of money to our child and we've got something documenting it. तो बाद में जो मसला होता है, अगर होता है, there are a number of ways to protect yourself. First of all, I should explain what happens in a divorce scenario,
Okay.
right? Regardless of whether you bought the property before or after the marriage, it's 50-50.
Okay.
That's Canadian law.
Okay.
It's called the Ontario Family Law Act.
Okay.
And so there's a division of net family property. That includes a matrimonial home, whether it's bought before or after the marriage. One of the things you could do to protect your child in that situation is to put in a declaration of trust.
Okay.
And that's a document that the lawyer who does the deal initially cannot do.
Okay.
Because he has obligations to both your son or daughter buying the property, but he also has obligations to the bank.
Okay.
So the lawyer who does the actual real estate deal cannot be the same lawyer who does the declaration of trust, which is a document that says, look, we put this money into this property. If something happens that we may demand that money back.
Okay.
It's like Qarz-e Hasna jo hota hai.
Exactly.
You can use a Qarz-e Hasna format to say, look, I'm gifting you this money. If you pay it back, well and good. But if you don't, I don't really care. In a situation of divorce, that document may become very helpful.
But that is only that deposit, or say example, they bought this property 10 years ago. And
Right.
there's a lot of equity sitting on the property. Or say in 10 years, they did pay a lot of mortgage. So what would happen to those numbers other than the deposit section?
So once again, you could put in a declaration of trust that we're going to further contribute to the property.
Okay.
Monthly hota hai ya yearly hota hai, jo bhi hai. You could even keep adding an appendix to the declaration of trust to say this is how much we put in this year. Anything you can do to paper what's
Yes.
been done, document it, and to say at the end of the day we may ask for it back, we may not. But that's up to our discretion.
Okay, perfect. So they can protect themselves fully.
Right.
So what would happen in case of, like, in case of death?
Well, that's an even more unfortunate situation, and very often people don't even know what's on the title of their property.
Okay.
They don't know if they're joint tenants or tenants in common.
Okay.
And that is a central question for
Yeah.
most properties.
Yes.
If you're joint tenants, the survivor,
Yeah.
whoever that is,
Yeah.
will receive the whole property.
Okay.
If there are a number of survivors, whoever survives will receive the whole of the property. So the word joint tenants doesn't actually mean tenants.
Okay.
It just means that they will inherit the property by rights of survivorship, even if there's a will. However, if the property says tenants in common,
Yeah.
then it's divided according to a certain percentage. If no percentage is mentioned, then it's 50-50. So 50% the survivor is going to keep.
Yeah.
The other 50 gets distributed according to the person who passed away, their will.
Their will. Okay.
So it's very important if you have a tenants in common property that you have a will, so yet you can decide who the property goes to.
Shehzad, thank you very much for your such a great advice. Community definitely need those advices, and in future we will pick those sort of issues and we can put in front of a community. नाज़रीन, जैसे आपने देखा शहजाद ने बहुत अच्छी बात की. आपको प्रोटेक्ट करना चाहिए अपने आप को डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के थ्रू, प्रॉपर पेपर वर्क के थ्रू. अगर आप अपने पेपर वर्क प्रॉपर करेंगे, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन प्रॉपर करेंगे, अपनी डिक्लेरेशन बनाएंगे, तो डेफिनेटली यू वुड बी प्रोटेक्टेड. ये आप ज़रूर करें. यहाँ से चलते हम अपने नेक्स्ट सेगमेंट की तरफ. स्टे विद अस.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Viewers, I'm sitting with Elliot Tope, President, International Marketing. Today we're going to talk about really amazing opportunities. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm so used to talk to you, like, from so many episodes, right? Previously, Mark Reeve, did an amazing orientation about a project called Ravine, 1215 York Mills. And you know what, that side office is such an amazing side office. Indeed, it's a great master plan. And there was a really thorough information in the previous episode. In order to continue the same thing, how many projects we have in Toronto which can offer so many incentives with the lease deposit and the rental opportunity and sitting next to major highways, right? It's really great opportunity.
It is. And actually, I can only think of one project that has the depth of incentives that we've got up here. I mean, we're into a new year. We came out with the Ravines last year, and we had an amazing start to it.
Yes.
Christmas is over, but we've convinced Mark and the developers here, Urban Capital and Elite Development, to keep Christmas going.
Yes.
So I have an amazing opportunity for you, for your viewers out there. And be it if they're first off on the investor side, because I know you deal with a lot of investors there, we've got a program for them that is worry-free. There's a rental guarantee in place for them so that they don't have to worry. So, I mean, people with appreciation and time frame, it's on their side for this project. We've got deposit interest. So when people are always saying they're tying up their money for a long time in a condo and it's not making anything, here we've got interest on deposit. I've got free parking here.
Wow.
You know, which is, and if you're familiar with anything throughout the city, parking is $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. This is an incredible value. But the other thing that we've done is we've looked not just at the investor side, because there is a tremendous end user market out there that wants to get into ownership. And because deposits are always an issue for them, we've come up with what we call HOT, which is home ownership today.
Yes.
Allowing purchasers to put in a small amount each month to get their deposit to where it has to be. So during the course that the project will be built out, their deposit will build up, but they don't have to come out with those huge amounts that they worry on each month.
You were talking about parking. To be quite honest, London, Ontario parking is $20,000. So, but we are sitting in one of the major, key corner of two highways here in Toronto. And other selling enhancement for sure for this location is the Aga Khan Museum, which is only 2 blocks south, right? And you know what? It's a great opportunity for that community as well to come on board and not only buy this as an investment property for their own living as well. So if they downsize from bigger houses to a condominium, it's a great opportunity for them.
Oh, yes.
And another thing is it's surrounded by so much of a green belt, right? So it's and how many high rises in this area, in this particular area, with such a huge quality and finishes. So there we have to compare a lot of things. What else you think would bring a lot of value for investors or purchasers when they buy here?
Well, one thing that when we first started on this project, and going back to the vision that the developers had here, this is master planned first off. So, I mean, it's a multitude of buildings.
Exactly.
We took viewers through that in one of the previous episodes, but this is phase one. So if there's ever going to be a time to buy into a project, it's in phase one.
Always phase
You
one.
just talked about major highways. We're south of the 401. And to get onto the Don Valley at York Mills is incredible because the bottleneck is over.
Of course.
But even if you don't drive, there is transit at your doorstep.
Yes.
There's an express bus that goes downtown as well. And just so we come back to some of the other incentives that are also still available for people, we have some decor dollars so that they can finish off on it. We will do, because people also don't understand whether they be an investor or an end user for condos, because completion is years down the road, there is a right to assign. So if they decide that this is not the right property for them, their life changes, they can assign the unit prior to occupancy. And if somebody also decides that life isn't the way they want to be at that time, they can lease it during occupancy as well. So all those things are available.
No, great. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you for sharing this all. But the idea is to bring a lot of value to viewers. Once again, thank you, and then we'll continue in upcoming episodes.
Definitely.
Viewers, have you seen? Elliot is absolutely right. You have to see how much of a depth you can see in any project, and the ravine is located in such a way, accessibility to 2 highways. Within 5 minutes, your drive time is to one of the best malls, subway station, so many things, right? Downtown is only 10 minutes. Aga Khan Museum is only 2 blocks on south. What else you want? We'll go on a quick break. Stay with us.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Hi, I'm Zia Abbas introducing Grand River Woods 30, 35 and 40-foot detached homes with single and double car garage. Price starts from $369,900. Only $30,000 deposit in 6 months, completion in 2016. Approx 20 minutes from Milton and 25 minutes from Brampton. Right next to Conestoga College and Highway 401 in Cambridge. Close to the new home of Google Canada. Call me with the confidence to buy low and sell high.
For over 20 years, Baker Real Estate has been proud to represent the most successful new construction condominium developers in Toronto. When you buy through Baker, you know you've bought the best.
Hi, I'm Zia Abbas, proudly introducing UC Townhouses by Tribute Communities in the city of Oshawa. These 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom townhouses, starting price is only $385,900 and your deposit is only $25,000 in the first 5 months. Yes, you can assign this unit prior to closing and the completion is end 2017. For US investors, the cost is less 40%. Call me with the confidence to buy low and sell high.
Welcome to 1215 York Mills at the Ravine. Tower 1 offers modern 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites from the mid-200s. Own from $12.35 per month, free parking included. Next to the Don Valley Parkway, close to Fairview Mall, shops of Don Mills, schools, and parks. Limited time offer, 8% interest on your deposit or up to $15,000 in upgrades. Presentation Center and Model Suite, 1213 York Mills Road. Call 416-850-2489 or visit theravine.ca.
Abrahams LLP. We provide services in corporate law, civil litigation, and real estate.
We are lawyers to Toronto's entrepreneur.
Hi, I'm Zia Abbas and proudly introduce Pier 27 Phase 3 at the foot of Yonge Street with an amazing water view. This 35-story building has just over 400 units. If you really want to see a great views from your balcony, this is the project you have to follow. Call me with the confidence to secure your allocation to buy low and sell high.
Buy low and sell high with Zia Abbas.
Viewers, it's time to go. Hopefully you may enjoy the show, and all the guests, they did contribute quite well, and Elliot did discuss Ravine, which is one of the opportunities one can consider, which is only 2 blocks north of Aga Khan Museum. Keep sending your emails, call us, send your questions, and stay blessed. We'll meet you next week. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.
Buy low